Impact Slammiversary 17, Sunday, July the 7th, 2019. What's up, guys? YouTube and Wrestling Universe for the third day in a row. I'm here with the Impact predictions. Slammiversary 17 begins at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm here with the rundown of the card. For the Impact Tag Team Championships, in a three-way match is the North versus LAX versus the Rascals. This was originally a regular tag team before the North, shockingly to me, won the championship Friday night at the Bash at the Brewery. Before then, I predicted LAX to retain. I still don't think that the Rascals are going to become the champions. However, I don't think the North won the titles only to lose them 2 days later. So I'm going to go with the North to retain, and I hope this doesn't mean that LAX is leaving Impact. Next up, we have a first blood match, Eddie Edwards versus Killer Kross, and I'm looking forward to this match, even though I believe it's going to be worse than I want it to be. I can see Eddie Edwards pouring blood and get massacred, only to come away with the win in the end, possibly ending this feud, and possibly with this being Killer Kross's last Impact match. In a grudge match, we have Moose versus RVD. I think compared to some of the other matches on the card, this one will be kind of tame. You would think a grudge match with RVD would be violent. Hopefully Moose comes away defeating RVD, elevating him up the card as a possible contender to Elgin if Elgin becomes the champion. Next up, in a Monsters Ball 4-way for the Impact Knockouts Championship, Jessica Habit versus Rosemary versus Su Yung versus Taya Valkyrie. I initially thought that Taya would be losing the championship. However, while there is a possibility Havoc could become the champion, there's also a chance that the dissension between Havoc and Su Yung will cost her the win. Thinking about this, I think it makes sense to have Havoc and Su Yung come off for this feuding and have Taya somehow or another slip out as champion, leading to her having to give Rosemary the title shot that she promised her. I'm unsure about this one, but I'm going to surprisingly go with Taya to retain. Impact X Division Championship, we have Rich Swann versus Johnny Impact. I think that we'll see Johnny Impact become the X Division champion. It's time for Swann to give it up, and I can see them moving Johnny out of the world title picture. In an intergender match, we have Tessa Blanchard versus Sami Callihan, and I think we see Tessa come out as a winner. Fantasy booking a different scenario. If Havoc becomes the knockout champion, she could come out here to save Sami Callihan at the end of the match, setting up for Tessa Blanchard versus Havoc. For the Impact World Championship, we have Brian Cage versus Michael Elgin. Michael Elgin has been getting the better of Cage and just recently took him out again at the Bash. Michael Elgin then went on to win at Deep Impact. I think this build-up is setting him up for a loss at Slammiversary, possibly with Moose costing him the match. So I'm going with Brian Cage to retain. This also make Brian Cage look a lot stronger with all the punishment he's been getting recently, if he still comes out the champion. Guys, that's the full card up to this point, as well as my predictions. I'm actually looking forward to most of the card, and I think it'll be a pretty good show. I will be back with the results and a review sometime afterwards as soon as I can. Be sure to stay tuned, leave thoughts, comments, as well as your predictions. Stay tuned and enjoy Slammiversary.